Good evening. You're watching BTV News live at 9 p.m. and we are broadcasting from the capital, Gaborone. My name is Benson Putero. Let's take a look at stories making headlines this hour. African leaders confident the youth have all it takes to positively transform the continent. Rampant acts of vandalism to water infrastructure, a major concern for Water Utilities Corporation. In sport, Botswana Table Tennis Association expecting top-class players to grace the 2023 Phoenix Assurance Botswana International Open Tournament. Interpreting on sign language is Kilebonye Mbabiteng Okatusa. The President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, presented awards to the Senior Command and Staff Program Class 15 of 2023 for successfully completing the program with utmost professionalism and commitment. Speaking during the BDF Defense Command and Staff College DCSC graduation ceremony, the President implored graduates to play a pivotal and active role in providing key solutions to complex security challenges facing the world today, including terrorism, transnational organized crime, human trafficking, and illicit trade in wildlife products. Tutlamba Sabapiri reports.
62 graduates of the Defense Command and Staff College from Botswana Defense Force celebrating the achievements attained through an 11-month period of studying Senior Command and Staff Program. The program exposed them to adaptive education and training that addresses challenges in an increasingly volatile and complex operational environment. President Masisi says through this professional military training college, government aspires to produce capable leaders who can contribute tremendously to ensuring security and prosperity of their respective countries.
At the recent SADC Extraordinary Summit of Heads of State held in the Republic of Angola in Luanda, the Heads of State reiterated the need for SADC member states to take a leading role in the mobilization of resources for the attainment of regional peace and security. The contributions will include the deployment of men and women in the provision of arms to conflict areas within SADC, our region. Distinguished guests, I want to take this opportunity to reaffirm government's unwavering support in the fight for world peace and security. We will continue to do all in our might and capacity to support and stand with those that fight for peace in our region and elsewhere. The world is looking at you with keen appreciation and a sense of hope, and the world takes note that you attended this staff college in Botswana.
These student exchanges amongst African staff colleges, together with other collaborative efforts, such as the combined joint African exercise, as well as the African Conference of Commandants, are critical building blocks towards achieving the cohesion and interoperability necessary for effective regional standby forces, the African Standby Force, and multinational operations in general.
Amongst the various awards were the Best Commandant Research Paper, Best Allied Student, and Best Overall Student Awards in recognition of their dedication and hard work.
This course, it demands teamwork and team building. You cannot achieve anything. You don't share experiences with other officers. And I would like to thank my coursemate because
there are one or two things that I've learned from here, which definitely, as I'm going back home, it's going to form part of my report. I also recommend that we could actually adopt back home. Especially like the method of instructions and some of the modules. I also recommend that we include it in our curriculum when I return back to Nigeria.
Furthermore, 9 allied graduates from 7 sister African countries, being Kenya, Lesotho, Namibia, Nigeria, South Africa, Zambia, and Zimbabwe, also graduated from Defense Command and Staff College. President further encouraged them to do their best to contribute in innovative ways to secure the much-needed peace and security in their countries and the region. Tlotla Matlabapiri, BTV News, Gaborone.
And African leaders are of the view that the continent has potential to be economic powerhouse of the world, citing that young people are the essential human capital necessary to drive sustainable economic development. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi made mention of this at the Kusi Cultural Dinner hosted last night following the official opening of the 5th Kusi Ideas Festival. Utsidile Unkabetsi reports.
Home to the youngest population worldwide, Africa is presented with this golden opportunity of leveraging such human capital to drive sustainable development and the prospects of a better Africa.
Our unwavering support and commitment of the Kusi Ideas Festival, is firmly grounded in the belief that Africa has great potential to emerge as the economic powerhouse of the world. Africa stands as a continent of immense potential, teeming with opportunities for strategic investment and economic growth. This burgeoning demographic not only signifies a vast and diverse consumer market, but also underscores the continent's untapped human capital. As the youngest continent globally, with a substantial portion of its population under the age of 30 years, Africa presents a dynamic workforce, eager to contribute to innovation and development.
The main reason, ladies and gentlemen, we are here in Botswana is to take stock of our journey towards the realization of the Africa we want. The event, therefore, enables us to engage with each other at a more personal level. It is the kind of event that breaks any barriers and where true and lasting friendships are made.
Africa's Agenda 2063 calls for the active implementation of its goals through collective implementation of all stakeholders.
I was sitting with some young men and women, and they asked me one simple question, Your Excellency. Now that we have had the dream of what Africa aspires to attain in 2063, who is going to implement these ideas and strategies? My simple answer to the young man was that it's the responsibility and the duty of every African. Everybody will be expected to do their bit, but some will be expected to do the heavy lifting work. For instance, we expect our leaders to do the heavy lifting work because they have the ability, the capacity, and the resources to be able to move our continent forward.
Botswana is one of many nations which have been intentional in their implementation of youth mainstreaming, providing nurturing ground for the participation of young people in decision-making processes which inform development. Utsidile Unkabetsi, BTV News, Gaborone.
And the Botswana Democratic Party chairperson, Mr. Slamba Tsokwane, says his party continues to prove its capability and commitment to advancing the interests of the nation. Mr. Tsokwane said this yesterday in Bobono during a rally ahead of the Lepoko-Leborotsi by-election built for tomorrow. Karabo Mulusi with the details.
The race for the Lepoko-Leborotsi by-election is at full momentum, and the Botswana Democratic Party has shown determination to win, motivating their reasons why electorates should vote for its candidate Mr. Letso Deshiba tomorrow. In the long list of achievements, Dom Krag distinguished how it handled the COVID-19 pandemic and its aftermath and implemented economic recovery measures.
Hey, go wa selo ga COVID. Ga wa selo ga COVID se ne ba sa susulwehele. Re ba botsa gore ya no lona ne le ya go ilwantsha jang. Le senana le ntsha madi o thena le ne le ya go ilwantsha ka tsela ntseng jang. Ya ja madi a Botswana COVID matolo a madi a leng gore ra bele ko magatse a sili. A batho ba kganetse ba tholang ba bua ba re go belwe madi kwa a te kwa no re aje ya ja COVID madi yana wa hela uti. Me puso e na le tibelo pele ya itshitela
ke mang yo batlang go ntsha puso e leng gore mo ngwageng tse pedi re tsene ka 2019 ra tlhaselwa ke COVID kana re berekile ngwaga tse pedi a ba dirile diphetogo tse di kana-kana a ba kgone gore a ba tisitse maranyane a inthanete bosigo o tsena ko dikgoteng ga o tsena ko Madinare ga o tsena ko Sehophe ga o tsena ko Sesejwe o ithela bana ba ithuta ba le ga kgoteng ba latetse
ala itse gore tautona wa rona o tlotlomaditswe go tlotlomadiwa e sala a nna tautona wa rona wa lehatshe leo ba mo rwesa di accolade hela tse dintsi ba mo dira di chairman tsa makgotla a mantsintsi ba mo dira champion ya makgotla a mantsintsi ba mo lemoga for the first time mo dingwageng tse dintsi Botswana wa phatsima ha gare ga mahatshahatse I jekadom kra.
Residents of Lepokole Borotsi were encouraged to vote diligently, alive to the fact that their decision determines their future.
Ladies and 2014, 2018,
The electorates will decide between BDP, UDC and BCP tomorrow at Borotsi and Lepokole polling stations, which are scheduled to open at 6 in the morning and close at 7 in the evening. Betsui Mpulubusi, BTV News.
Supporting the church in various ways is deemed pivotal in empowering the institution to continue contributing to nation building and developing the country. This was emphasized by the Member of Parliament for Madinari, Mr. Molebatsi in Tobane village recently. Karabo Mulusi continues.
The 12th Apostle Church of Alpha Taka Tobane branch prides itself with the impact made and progress in winning souls, especially young people, into the ways of God, molding their character and instilling wisdom on them. It also provides a psychosocial support to the community in marriages, funeral services and prayers that enable the community to survive the challenges in life.
Just last month, renal service, a national service, any ruta divorce. Ha baruti basna holle mahabori. Ikari kiti thalano again. Jake kera. Mireli kere kera tsa karuro. Rabitsa maluku ote. Rataranga tuhana. Moti tute ho. Moti tuto. Tsa Bible. Tedi buanga divorce.
In Tobane, the Taka efforts have captured the interest and garnered the support of the village leadership. In addition to the proceeds made from this concert, the Member of Parliament has contributed 10,000 pula towards the project of expanding the church building, connection of electricity, water and fencing the compound.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Raitsuma Sisi, le hanontsitse molaetso wa gagwe Botswana bethu a go nne a mindset change are changing me ha re change jana ka gore re setse re khonne ka ga bana ba rena ba kanyang ka teng then are changing sebopego sa hari rapelelang teng. One of the fundraising activities tse leng gore go mone re di ipetse ke yone re le mo go yone gompieno
se ra gore go tlhokagala re itshwarane le lona re le bogogi ja setšhaba re itshwarane le lona re le puso ka se le se dirang le kereke se thusa le puso go tsamaisa lehatshe. Motse wa Tobaneo o tlhoka thutoetso e seng hela ka go romela melaetsa o tlhoka thutoetso ka gore rona bagogi re bonale re te go bua le lona.
Not withholding the applause, motivation and support, the Member of Parliament also urged the Church to embrace good governance as prescribed in its constitution. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Tobane.
Bank of Botswana has reduced the monetary policy rate from 2.65% to 2.4%. This was announced by the Governor of the Central Bank, Mr. Cornelius de Kopp, when releasing the monetary policy report in Gaborone. Nkutule Tamahe reports.
Bank of Botswana's decision to reduce the monetary policy rate was prompted by the projection that the country's economy is going to operate below full capacity in the short term and subsequently fall short to generate demand-driven inflationary pressures.
Businesses also expect inflation to be within the medium-term objective range. thanks to the business expectation survey. Thus, inflation expectations are well anchored. Therefore, the current state of the economy, ladies and gentlemen, and the outlook for both domestic and external economic activity provide scope to ease monetary policy. Consequently, the MPC decided to decrease the monetary policy rate by 25 basis points to 2.4 to 2.4% as I've mentioned at the start.
According to the October 2023 World Economic Outlook, global output growth was 3.5% in 2022 and is forecast to drop in 2024.
Botswana, our Minister of Finance projects GDP growth to moderate to 3.8% this year, this calendar year, and to recover to 4.4% in 2024, down from an increase of 5.8% last year, 2022. The MPC knows the growth-enhancing economic transformation reforms that are taking place in the country and which have been implemented, including macroeconomic policies.
This was the last monetary policy report to be released by the central bank, and the other meetings on inflation forecast are scheduled to start in February 2024. Ungutle Tamare, BTV News, Gaborone.
The General Manager at Water Utilities Corporation, Mr. Sabe Mabua, has expressed concerns regarding the tendency by some members of the public to vandalize water and sanitation pipes. Mr. Mabua said such vandalism hinders their efforts to supply water and provide sanitation services to communities. Mr. Mabua revealed this when engaging with different stakeholders to find ways of ending such vandalism. Komiso Mapanyani reports.
Water Utilities Corporation emphasized reports from the public regarding their services of water supply and sanitation services, and the situation is of major concern to them. Mr. Mabua also noted that it is quite disheartening by some people who keep on damaging their property and their continued effort in provision of water to the public, saying repairs to such damages is costly and time-consuming. However, the company is doing by all means to bring the situation to normal.
You are going to facilitate Bahoibi. And one of the things on both the water supply and the wastewater. We wanted to solicit collaboration because for the city to be successful, for the city to be a clean city, for the city to exist, really water utilities, the services the city council, such that we offer the services here. We offer them together. Line
ya helela ithubela ba di tsatsone di air list ba se ba di thuba bo ba galela metsi ja ka le bona traka ke le la di jojo ye go rekisa metsi me ke batla go supa jana gore kana o bona ba ira jana go ne loko ba isa nteng ga o ka ke wa ira jana hela go sena ko wa isa o ira kgwebo bo itse gore go ne loko di helela nteng me ga di helele go di helela mo Gaborone di helela mo go rona mo diwadeng ra ba itse ya no kopo ke gore re tshwara nna khanye ka gore tsone ra itse gore di helela kae ra itse batho ba ba irang jang ga se gore ga re ba itse.
Gaborone City Council said it is important that all stakeholders, including councillors, work together in tackling concerns regarding water supply.
We agreed le botsamaisi ba waga gore you need to have a workshop e re ka tara buisanya ka yone re le batotegi matshwenyo a rona a ra bona gore what is the way forward, because di odingwa ra di bona gore di a re tshwenya mme a di re tshwenyana. The only way is to discuss them and see the way forward.
WC is owed millions of pulas, therefore the public is asked to pay so that the company can continue its daily services. Kumiso Mapanyani, BTV News, Gaborone.
And If you just tuned in, this is BTV News at 9. 6,000 Botswana have registered for Temoletoto program in the Mogoditsane Tamaga district. Addressing councillors recently, the acting Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Mulebati, pleaded with them to continue educating the public in their respective wards on the program so that they register and benefit from opportunities it offers. Pretty Mokwaitsi has the details.
The Temoletoto program, which was recently launched, intends to help grow agricultural sector to promote food sufficiency and reduce the importation of agricultural products from other countries.
Re sign ka 2015 gore mo lehatsheng la rona SDG Sustainable Development Goal number 1 gore ha gona Motswana o pe yo ta bolwang ke tala. SDG number 2 re ya go hokotsa lehuma mo lehatsheng la rona la Botswana. Tumelo ya rona re le puso ke gore re hokotse lehuma ke gore Batswana ba itirele, Batswana ba leme, Batswana ba rue ka gore lone lehatshe le teng. Re ka tswa rena le mathata a gore gona le ga gona pula go omeletse because of climate change issues mme gone lehatshe le na le lone.
This program is said to be multi-sectoral as it involves other ministries such as Trade and Industry, Ministry of Lands and Water Affairs, amongst others, an effort to assist participants of Temoletoto to derive the most benefits.
Lenaneo le multi-sectoral is a multi-sectoral program. Gore o te ko go rona re go tsenya mo systeming re tshwantse re validate land ownership kana tsela e pehela e ka supang gore ona le tshwanelo ya go dirisa lehatshe. Ba entrepreneurship ke gone gore ha re ntse re tsweletse konteng ga go rekisa re batla go dira processing ba tabele gore ba re thusa ka leya gore dire di business
ke rona ba re tabong re na le maikarabelo a gore madi a tshwanetseng gore a hithe ko Batswaneng le ditamelo tse di tlhokagalang gore ba kgone gore ba te ba leme di goroge ko Batswaneng ka bophara.
Councillors also had a chance to comment and ask for clarity about the program.
Most of the characteristics that except that another component you have to register for your insurance.
Only around 6,000 Botswana in this district have registered for this program. Therefore, these councillors are implored to continue spreading awareness to the public about Temoletoto in order to get more registering and taking advantage of this initiative. Pretty Mokwaitsi, BTV News, Mogoditsane.
Boso Culinary Institute of Botswana in Maung is preparing for the 10th edition of Young Chefs Olympiad to be held in India next year. One of its trainee chefs, Mr. Kaona Kwati, has been selected to represent the institution and Botswana in India. Mpo Aaron reports.
Young Chefs Olympics is one of the world's largest culinary competitions for student chefs. It is a joint initiative between the Institute of Hotel Management and the International Hospitality Council, United Kingdom. For the first time, Botswana through Boso Culinary Institute will have a representation, feeling Kaone Kwati. The 20-year-old says he's very excited at being selected to represent the country at this prestigious event, adding he developed a passion for cooking at home when watching television cooking programs, which anchored him to become a professional accredited chef.
Being a chef, it's not an easy job because most of the time you're standing, it's long hours, you have to have your skill at a level whereby it's exceptional because people firstly eat with their eyes. You have to get the food to be impressive first with the eyes before you get to the taste. And for that, you have to like have creativity on the other hand, not just have the passion, but also the creativity. And for me, the school has enhanced that creativity side of me and many cooking techniques, you know, and not only the competition is the privilege, but for me, it was more of finding myself.
The Culinary Institute of Botswana principal and chef Diana Howell-Wood applauded and wished Kaona well as he prepares to embark on this eye-opening journey.
Did the battle of battles. There was a whole round robin. Even the students voted towards the person. We had some of the say, but the students had most of the say. So yes, and like I say, once again, congratulations. I know he will do very well. Thank you to Kedra, who's going to be mentoring him for the next month. And as he said as well, Chef Ziad, that's going to be going with him. He is an inspiration to all young chefs. And from that, you can also see that there's huge opportunities in Botswana for young chefs. But Boswa offers a lot of other accreditations, and we offer BQA accreditation.
Kaona will be heading to one of the Okavango Delta's biggest safari camp, Tsigera, where he will be drilled on professional cooking skills by a professional chef. Mpho Aaron, BTV News, Maun.
And as part of the program to ensure the health of its employees, the Ministry of Health holds annual inter-ministry games to encourage health workers to keep fit and stay in shape. This year, the games are being held in the city of Francistown. Faith Ditete with the details.
The rising numbers of suicides and murders in the country qualifies mental health a pandemic, hence the significance of the annual National Inter-Health Games and curbing the statistics in the health sector.
We are gathered here at a time when, in our social discourse, the buzzword is mental health. I've learned that from the past 2 years, in Botswana, we have had 700 suicides, and the numbers are still growing. And if you look into it, you will realize that most probably 100% of all the suicides is due to mental health issues. These statistics I would say, they show that almost every single year, every single day, someone is ending their lives.
Healthcare workers should start having paramount care of their well-being before handling the well-being of their patients, also highlighting the importance of these games in creating good relations in the workplace.
Healthcare workers, we've been taught this, and I think it applies in every situation. Look after yourself in order to be able to look after someone else. We're doing no playing on how to incident or oxygen. And I already very clear to point out we regardless of our man or 2 months on the lap or on a lemon on the lap or next to you, the first person you look after is yourself.
We have on our wellness week for the nationals as an opportunity to attend the Botsogo ba rona as babereki ba Botsogo le rona. One of the speakers said we cannot give the community or the nation se leng gore rona ga rena sone.
Tota ka di game tse ra le bogela thata because ra le ka go itsane gore re bomang ebile go nna motlho gore ga ke tswa ko ngami ke tla ke le mo transfer ke tsana ko Francistown kana ke re nyanga go ga ke simole ke nna le stress ga gore ga ke itse o pe ka go simola ha ka ikere me hala ke tsana hala ebile ke a thutuntsela ke a thogela ka mo gona.
As the objectives of the games forms part of the health sector by promoting good health, the ministry through these events advocate against gender-based violence, blood transfusion, as well as non-communicable diseases. Faithy DTT, BTV News, Francis Tower.
And in wrapping on news, the chairman of Mabutsane District Council has acknowledged the progress of some of the ongoing projects in the region, as well as the introduction of new projects such as road networks, maintenance linking villages in the area, and strides made thus far in preparation of building of housing units. Mr. Ramosesane was addressing a full council meeting at Mabutsane village. Tato Rana has the details.
Mr. Ramosesane said he's concerned that the council did not meet their financial targets to be able to successfully implement their intended developmental project in a district which is far from vital amenities. Despite financial constraints, the construction of 25-kilometer internal roads and construction of destitute housing will take place, and both projects will be completed at the end of the next financial year. The chairman also highlighted that students of Kanaku village will now be able to attend their primary education in their village than being compelled to school at Mabutsane, as was the case before.
The district also managed to source funds initially for mini maintenance of 13 primary schools. 10 out of 13 are ongoing at various stages, while only 3 are at mobilization stage. The project on design and construction of 25-kilometer internal roads in Mabutsane has been allocated an initial budget of 11,025,000 pula.
Councillors appreciated the district's developmental efforts and asked that they be expedited swiftly to benefit the public.
25 kilometers internal road ye tla dira mo kgaolo yame ye ke kopang gore e dire ka bonako ke kopa thata ka setse ne supa gore ya go dira mo financially ya gompieko re bone nna mo grounding ke kgatregile gape ke ntse ke bua ka kgaolo yame ha bua ka gore mo ngwaga e simologa re tla bana ba Kanaku re tla ba setse ba tsena sekolo ko Kanaku e ne le selo sa kgaolo ba batla gore bana ba bone ba ye go balla 1 up to 7 ko Kanaku so ke ra se le bogela
ronko kgaolong ya ka gore le mo speeching di akareditswe ka gore jaaka ke bua ka di project tsa bo metsi go a go ditshentse disha bo metla ka se go a go ditshentse disha bete sango le maiteko ka go phunya didiba ka gore ya ke a di lebogela.
We continue to collaborate with Water Utilities Corporation to explore possibilities for the success of this project. Regarding Tsonyane and Lefoko water reticulation project,
the chairman advised members of the public to be prudent managers of essential services and projects earmarked to benefit them. Tatorana, BTV News, Mabutsane.
Well, it's now time for sports, and over to Tato Kosimori. Tatu.
Yeah, Benson.
Yeah, it's weekend tomorrow. We're having an avalanche of sporting activities.
Yeah, the BPL is continuing tomorrow and some other sports codes.
I pray for a time when the numbers are back in the stadium.
Hey, how I wish. That one is a big problem in our football. So I don't know what to say, but let's hope.
Hope springs eternal, more sponsors, more advertisement, more hyping of the beautiful game. That's all we need.
Let's be hopeful.
Hope springs eternal.
Yeah. I am Tato Kosimori. This is Botswana Tonight Sports segment. Thank you for joining us. Let's take a look at our top story tonight. Botswana Table Tennis Association Piaro Itsofatso Malepa says they are expecting top-class players from Zambia and South Africa to grace the 2023 Phoenix Assurance Botswana International Open Tournament, which starts this Sunday at Boto University Recreation Hall. This will be the third time BTTA hosts the international event, which is expected to go a long way in developing the game of table tennis in the country. Kariso Molelekwa and Daniel Chokoko reports.
Malepa added that this year's tournament will give local players an opportunity to compete with international rated players, and this will enable them to adapt and acquire skills to further enhance their game, which is a major boost for the national teams.
Tota we are trying to gauge the players against the international counterparts. From time to time, region 5. We find South Africa, Zambia, region 5. So if we are going to keep playing Lebone, we are going to master their play. We would have a better chance of winning against them. Next year, we're going to be holding the junior champion, the youth champions and the Commonwealth Youth Championships. So the team Botswana, the junior team in Namibia, they did well. They brought 3 medals. This time around, they included the category under 11 and 15 compared to last year in the category under 11. This time around, we have 2 categories study junior, which means some players are the likes of Renelo, category he qualify for them. He has a better chances of doing very well.
Botswana Table Tennis Association has been working around the clock to improve the 2023 edition, to turn it into a much bigger affair, to add to the development of the game in the country over the past few years.
The first edition in any other international participant, it was won edition we had 11 sponsors on board. They are from South Africa. They are going to be defending their championships, but confirming they are going to be coming. This time around, Rebone prize money increase. Last year they were working around with 5,000 pula. This time around they are working away with 6,000 pula. Is an improvement related to the cash side. This time around, Bana are not only going to take the medal, the trophies, they are also going to get money. Total value the junior category 24,000. We want to beef up our national team. So if we expose our athletes to more of international game time against other players from other countries, that brings in different styles of play. They play more of fast balls, top spin. We need that more our national team against those people with different styles compared to the backhand and forehand. We need more of the fast balls, body movement is essential at the end of the day.
BTTA will be supported by the long-term partner Phoenix Assurance, who have locked out 50,000 pula towards the staging of the championships, which are expected to attract top 7 players from South Africa as well as 6 elite players from Zambia. The winner of the main elite categories will walk away with 6,000 pula as Botswana Table Tennis Association brings the curtains down on the 2023 season. Kagiso Molelekwa, PTV Sport, Gaborone.
An epic battle is anticipated tomorrow when City Polar welcomes Yuri Black Forest in a First Division South League encounter. The two are separated by a single point in the log standings, and City Polar will be looking to maintain position 2, while Black Forest will be looking for a vital win, which will elevate them to the second spot. Lydia Apoloko reports.
City Polar goes into this encounter on position 2 with 14 points they acquired from 4 wins and 2 draws. The Ramonaka outfit has lost 2 games so far. Black Forest, on the other hand, are on position 3 with 13 points from 4 wins and a draw. A win in this encounter will see them move to position 2. Magoleng will rely on their top men Thabo Motlhabane and Wilfred Ditwane, among others, to try help them secure maximum points. In other weekend fixtures, Mogodisani Fighters will face UB Hawks, while at Tlokwe VDC ground, Tlokwe United, who are eyeing a top 4 spot, will lock horns with struggling Desert Ngau, who are still on the hunt for a win this season. Meanwhile, Northern, who have been blowing hot and cold this season, will face the tricky Flamingo Santos at SSG grounds. On Sunday, there will be only 2 games, as Extension Gunners welcome Presidency 11 to the Lobatse Council Stadium, while at River Plate ground, Muchudi Center Chiefs will fight for the maximum points against local leaders joining Young Stars. In the northern fixtures, Magunglu Peswa welcome Matlakasi Power Dynamos at Inshakajogwe Primary School, while Calendar Stars and Green Lovers face off in another match. Bottom-placed Peacemakers will lock horns with Mbalaga Lungu, and BR Highlanders will play against Santa Green, who are still looking to register their first loss of the campaign at the railway grounds. Sankoyo Bushbucks, who are also fighting relegation, will face Pilikwe United at Maun Sports Complex. On Sunday, log leaders Chadibe FC, who are currently on 17 points, will lock horns with Tabotle FC, who will be looking for their 3rd win of the season. All the games will be played at 16:30 hours. Lydia Apoloko, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Lastly, to the Premier League, struggling Nico United will come another side that is not so well in Police 11 at the Samson Stadium in Silibe Pigwe on Saturday. Majombolo need to jump their season after opening the campaign on a low note as they yet to chuck up a win, while the Jungle Kings in the 13th place on the log go in hunt of their second win of the season. Tlamelo Muntsusi with more.
The Silibe Pigwe-based outfit Nico United is still finding it difficult in the current campaign after 8 weeks of action. The poor start of the season led to the firing of the coach Wame Mokoke 2 weeks ago after failing to register a single win in 8 matches, leaving them in an unviable last position on the log standings. Majombolo need to work on their defense to make any positive move, as they have already conceded 12 goals while scoring 6 goals. Last weekend, Nico United, under the guidance of Sepo Molefe and Monameti Kelebale, went down by 2-1 against Holy Ghost. Police 11 go into the weekend clash, sitting 14th on the log with just 1 win from 9 encounters. The Jungle Kings will be looking to bounce back from a devastating 4-0 loss against Gaborone United. In the last 5 matches, Police have lost 3, drawn twice, scoring 4 goals and conceding 10. A record that will be worrying the Jungle Kings coaching staff as they head to the end of the first round. In other 8-week clashes, Soa Flamingos host Masita Oka. Orapa United take a long journey to the capital city to take on VTM FC at VTM Arena, while Security System have a date with Morupule Wanderers at Lobatse Sport Complex. On Sunday, 3rd place BDF 11 will be looking to take down Township Rollers at the National Stadium. Still on Sunday, Holy Ghost battle for 3 points with Matebele FC at VTM Arena. Tlamelo Muntsusi, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
With that said, we come to the end of Botswana Tonight Sports segment. Thank you very much for your time and enjoy the rest of the evening. Stay blessed.
And you'll have a great weekend.
Yeah, same to you, Benson.
Thank you, Tatu.
Sure.
Well, that is that. Let's now take a look at stories making headlines one more time. African leaders confident the youth have all it takes to positively transform the continent. Rampant acts of vandalism to water infrastructure a major concern for Water Utilities Corporation. In sport, Botswana Table Tennis Association is expecting top-class players to grace the 2023 Phoenix Assurance Botswana International Open Tournament. Well, that marks the end of our bulletin. Up next is weather. Until we meet again, it's a good night.
Good evening and welcome. The weather forecast tonight is brought to you by Kumo System Monarch. The following the rainfall amounts recorded this morning at 8. We recorded 35 millimeters at Mogoditsane Police Station, 26 millimeters at Leaders International School, 18 millimeters at Letlole Primary School, 16 millimeters at Doba Farm, 14 millimeters at Dukhonye Primary School, 9 millimeters at Kumakwane Primary School, 7 millimeters at Tirelo Primary School, 4 millimeters at Mokane Primary School, and 1 millimeter at Kumaga Wildlife Camp and Maung International Airport. This evening, convective clouds are visible over most areas of our country. We are still expecting some isolated thunder showers over Ngamile and Chobe, Khansi, southern Southeast Gauteng and Central District. Tomorrow, we're expecting some isolated thunder showers countrywide. And in the morning, we're expecting some hot temperatures over the entire country, ranging between 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, we're expecting very hot temperatures over Ngamile and Khansi, Kalahadi, and the Southern District. We're expecting maximums of 36 to 37 degrees Celsius. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting some extremely hot afternoon temperatures. We're expecting maximums of 39 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. The public is advised to take necessary precautions. On Sunday, we're expecting some scattered thunder showers over Khansi, southern Southeast Gauteng and southern Central District. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting some isolated thunder showers. In the afternoon, we're expecting very hot temperatures over Northeast, Northern Central, and the Chobe District. We're expecting maximums of 36 to 38 degrees Celsius. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting some warm afternoon temperatures, ranging between 27 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good evening.
Hashtag DBS Reloaded.
Ra le lebogisa mo ngwageng